Hello, people. I know this is brand spanking new right off the top. Nobody knew I was going to be here, even me. So let's see what week and what it looks like for you guys. Hold on, I'm checking a few things to make sure that it's going to look halfway decent and how it's coming through. And if it says that, oh yeah, it is saying I just wanted to see what uh, yeah, my hand. Okay, I'm just making sure. It does look like. Hi, I'm glad to see somebody showed up and see the chat room as well as if you have something to say or have a question. Right now, I'm going to take this exotic glass. It looks kind of black, but you can see once you fire it, it looks very metallic looking. Hey, Cooper. Yeah, this is the first time in a long while, and the last time I did it, it was very, very pixely, but I'm going to see what it can come out to looking like. Anyway, I'm going to layer it onto this 8mm rod. I'm going to layer clear over that. And this is just to begin making the exotic glass for tubing that's going to turn out to look very similar to this when I finish. Okay? Okay, so let's get going, guys. Good to see. We've got 3 people out there. That is fantastic. Be patient with me, people. This is the first time I've done a live show on YouTube in too long. So here we go. And as you say something, I can read it and get right back to you with the way I have it all set up. Now again, what I'm going to do is just layer this exotic glass over the mill clear. And the reason I'm doing that is to stretch it even further, because everybody knows the colors colors are really expensive anyway. But this will stretch it a little bit further and give you some nice results with what I'm doing. What I'm doing is heating up the exotic rod and sort of just layering it on top of that 8mm rod. Okay? Little by little, all the way around. And believe it or not, that's going to make a lot of glass. Yes, you can do it longer, but this is just for demo purposes. And again, I am going to make tubing out of this afterwards. So it's the full process, not one thing at a time. Good to see. We got, again, 3 people watching. If you have questions, just type it into the chat room and I will try to answer. I don't know the answer. I'm going to say, that's a stupid question, man. Why would I want to answer that? I'm not that type of person. Never have been. And I've been meaning to go live on here for a long while. But the last time I did it, it turned out really, really pixely. I want to try something too. I want to see if, oh yeah, you can. I didn't know if I could zoom in or not. I am going to zoom in just a little bit more. Sorry about that, folks, but let's get there. Now, we got the color. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to layer clear over that. And I'm just going to take an 8mm rod and layer that over what I just did. One over the other. Okay. Oh, what? What do you enjoy most when making glass? Tiny things, tell you the truth. I like doing my tiny things. A, you don't have to waste a lot of glass to do it, and B, you can learn a whole lot. And making it smaller helps you to learn detail when you can have to do it bigger. That's and I'll give you a demo on some of my tiny things in just a second. Or show you what they look like. Now I'm just going to layer the clear over this. And there's method to this madness. Good to see we got 4 people watching. And again, you have a question, talk to me. Just layering it on little by little bit. And I'm going to go all the way around. This is a I guess you could say a poor man's vac stack instead of using and vacuuming, layer, clear, color, and then clear, and so on and so forth. This is my way of doing it without having to do with all the other stuff. And yes, I'm going to try to do this more on a regular basis. I am sorry I've not done it in a while, but I am in a good place at the moment, so I'm going to take advantage as best I can. Yeah, almost all the way around. And you can tell when you've encased all the way around. You see that brighter line there? That shows you that that's the part that hasn't been encased yet. And I am going to layer clear over all of that. One more just for good measure. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to twist this and continue twisting it. And I'll show you what it looks like afterwards in just a sec. Well, all of those twists will become swirls in the striations in the color of the glass. It's really a unique deal going on there. Making a rod of glass that you cannot reproduce exactly ever again. You can get the same color variation, but never the same color stripes, exactly the same, if you understand that principle. Yes, I'm alive. Don't have a heart attack, people. It happens from time to time. And yes, I went on just shooting from the hip here like I always do. I had an idea to do this green exotic again, and I'm almost done with the twisting the color. And then the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it on 9.5 heavy wall. There we go. Now we're just going to stretch that out into a cane or rod. Starting at the other end again. Here we go. Once you get it to that pliable stage, it just starts stretching. It's about the consistency of taffy is what you're looking for. Oh yeah, look at those colors come out. Yeah, this is going to be really good when I put it into the tubing. Thanks for the thumbs up. Don't forget to click like, and if you know anybody that might be interested in it, give them a quick tag and say, hey, he's over here doing it live. I have been on Facebook doing a whole bunch of live, and that's given me the inspiration to go ahead and do again on YouTube. So this is going to be good. Now I'm going to do something here. See if I got something handy that I can do it with. Of course not. Never around when you want it. Okay, I'll do it the hard way. When you want to snap off something sometimes, you score it, and it comes right off. Sometimes you have to snap it too, but that worked. Now, next step. This is what it looks like. Now this is something I did a little while ago. Be looking like, oh great, the feed froze. I hope it's just on my end, but that's okay. And you can see the striations work out really, really well. And each time you do it, I can't hold on to these, but I'm going to try to grab them with a set of tweezers here and show you color variation on this one. It has some nice color to it too. Okay, do you recommend apprenticeship or self-teaching with classes thrown in? It all depends on your dedication, also who you can deal with. Me, I have to admit, everything I learned, well, most of what I learned, it was trial and error and error and error and cuts and burns and more error and more error. Yes, it is, Cooperman. It is a nice. And now I'm gonna show you what I do with that color. Again, I'm gonna take 9.5 heavy wall tubing. Can go ahead and layer it on the hard way, but I'm going to do it a little quicker this time by and this is the one that I did before, not the rod that I just did, but it gives you the same idea. That way I can hold on to this one. It's still a little hot. Better than some pretty ladies out there. It's hot. They're hot too. Again, all I'm going to do is and the way I'm heating this is I'm heating up this rod right at the tip and layering it onto there. I'm not trying to heat up the tubing that much at all. That way you don't get that much slumping going on the tube that you're adding it to. Okay? Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Need all the appreciation I can get. Where you're located, Cooperman, there's probably tons of glass blowers around you that if you could get a first lesson in, that would be preferable so that you can find out whether you really, really like it or not. But me, again, I started with a propane blowtorch and soda bottles and started pulling, twisting, and stretching. And of course, now my torch is a whole lot more expensive than that. And that's what I use is a lot more expensive than that. But I've been at it since 1982 and still loving what I do and sharing what I do. It has been a struggle at times for me, but most of the time I love to. My father died from a dementia type thing, and I try to, let's see what somebody says here. I'm in the DFW area. I have a beginner class set up, okay. Whoa. You have a beginner's class set up. Okay, we got to scroll down. For some reason, it's not scrolling for me. Hold on, guys. Well, it's not showing up here in my... Okay, let's try that. Here we go. Oh, now I can see. Maybe. Can't see the bottom of the... that's not fair. Can't see the bottom of what she's saying. You have a beginner's class set up. That's good. It will help you to figure out whether you like it or not. It is very important because there might be a chance that it ticks you off or something. Who knows? And you've got to take it, especially your first pieces and stuff, that those are going to be like your baby steps, okay, guys? Unless you've done it before, but still, it's like your baby steps or your baby first learning to talk. You know, what they first say, instead of saying, hey, I want a glass of milk, blah, 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 blah. And they think they said, hey, a glass of milk. Or they see something across the room and they say, hey, that looks easy. Thump, 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 thump. That's going to happen. You got to learn coordination. You got to learn a lot of things to make it work. And it's hand-eye coordination. It's making sure you got a good pair of didymium glass filters like this, so that you can see what's going on inside the flame. And this one's mine. Let me show you what it looks like without the filter, and with the filter. My eyes. There we go. Now I'm going to start blowing into this. Another thing you might want to get for your glass blowing kits is, let me see here, is a blow hose and swivel. The swivel is why you spin it like this, twist the tubing and not twist the hose that you're blowing into, and kink it up. Yeah, one of the things you don't want to do is get kinky with the glass, right? Nah, never mind. Let's get going here. Now I'm going to go and layer clear over this again. That's just my method of doing things. Okay, I'm going to kick it up just a notch. Like so. And layer it in. 8mm rod tends to work out really good for me for layering like this. You can use 10 or 12. I mean, it'll take you a little longer. 9 is a good size too. And again, I'm heating up rod, not the tubing that I'm melting to it. You can see it right before it hits the tube. I'm heating up and layering it on. And I call this side the paper, this side the pencil. And I always add to the paper with the pencil. That gives you a little bit of indication of what to do. And again, going back to baby steps and baby talk, hand-eye coordination. You got to learn to work together, learn what's not hot, make sure you got good eye protection, and do everything you can to work with the glass. Never fight the glass. The glass will always win. Don't force the glass to do anything. What I'm doing here is letting it flow onto that piece of tubing there. Just one piece at a time, one layer at a time. Again, this is what I'd call a poor man's back stack. If that makes any sense. Got 5 people watching. That's a good thing. Up from 3. Gotta say, that's a big improvement. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It's a good thing. I never do mention that. I am up to 7,000 plus subscribers. Actually, 7,400 subscribers at this point. So, now, I'm going to start blowing into this and twisting again. Just like I did the rod, but this time it's hollow on the inside. And you'll want to keep it hollow. And by keep hollow, you've made the tubing that you want to make things out of. And I'll show you what I've been doing with tubing lately here in just a second. The idea is to make sure it's flowing even. And it's not to blow a bubblegum bubble where you're doing heavy-duty pressure to make a big bubble. You're just trying to pressure than it is on the outside. Just a little bit. I'm going to try a little bit of wigwag going on here. On this one, just to see. I'm going to try to do this more live video feeds more often. I've missed out on this. But doing live feeds on Facebook has helped me realize that there's something to be said for having somebody chat with you while you're doing it. Okay, you can't quite see it what I'm doing, but I have an L marver just at the top of my torch, and I used it to smooth out some of what I'm doing. Now I'm going to try to tighten the wigwag a little bit. Go back over it. It always helps to talk. I appreciate it. Message me afterwards on either email or Facebook on Messenger, Cooper, and I'll try to talk to you a little bit if it'll help. If it'll help you make a good decision. Of course, I make it look easy. I've been doing lots of memory. With your first steps, first try-ins, you got to think everything. Okay, I got to get the blender hot. I got to get the glasses hot. I got to do this way. But later on, all of it, instead of being in the foreground of what you got to think about and what you got to do, you're already doing it because your mind has already done it so many times before. Trying to explain how do you hop on one leg? No, you can do it, but explaining it's a totally different story. Now, what I've been doing with tubing like this lately can. Oh. Yep, my viewing audience is up 100% from what it was when I started. Well, something like that. Okay, now let me show you some of the things I have been doing. And I know a lot of people, so I hope that's the reason why I didn't like doing live feeds, is this pixely thing going on. I hope I can upload it to at one point so that you guys get a better picture of it. Like I'm seeing right now with my shots, but life happens and the internet happens as well. Now, this is some of the things that I have been with this. This is a, so like, okay, now it's not going to focus for me. This is a bottle, and I just did the stopper last night for it. And it, just a simple, I've been doing potion bottles, I guess you could say. Here's one. I did this one on purpose. I'm sorry. I am bad at puns. You'll have to put up with that. And this one, with the mermaid on it. She looks really good. Another guy had told me, you know, you should probably do one with the four-leaf clover. And I thought about it and I said, what for? And then I thought, oh yeah, you could have a good luck potion inside. So that would probably be a good one for the good luck potion. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and work on that right now. And then I am going to not do a long video this time. And if you have any questions or ideas, please give me a shout out to my email account or messenger on Facebook, and I will get back with you. Also, my if you also learn something from me and you want to contribute to my page, please think about PayPal me, and I believe it's either, if it's not below me, it will be. The little intricacies, that's what I'm talking about. You said, what do I like doing? I said, tiny stuff, Cooper. And that's what I like about my work, is the tiny, tiny stuff. Okay, now we're going to go ahead. I had to do a cold seal right there for the time being. We got 9 people watching. We're up 200% from the time I started. Yay! Now, this is a nice color. I think it's a Chinese color, so it's cheaper and you can play with it a whole lot better. I'm going to actually add just about as much as I can, and then just cut the little the leaves out for the 4-leaf clover from it. We shall see. First I got to press it out. Let's see if we can do this. I need to try to keep that. There we go. Yeah, it's looking, I hope I'll find out whether it's this pixely again, and if it is, that's why I don't like doing it live on YouTube at this point, unless I find out a better way of doing it to where people won't see all these pixels. Maybe it's my internet connection, I don't know. But I can do it on Facebook and get fairly good results. Are you guys seeing it pretty clearly, or is it just me? Anyway. Now, real high precision cutting instruments. Let's see if I can find, oh, here we go. Just a pair of scissors, stainless steel, for the size that I'm doing. This should work out quite nicely. I'll put that right in my palm path. That's not a good idea. 1. Well, it's going to be a 4-leaf clover, so we're going to make 4 leaves. Not a great connection. I come from kitchens, so presentation is little detail always amaze me, because sorry I can't read it fast enough. I don't get a chance to. There we go. Come from kitchens, so presentation details always amaze me because of the patience it takes. I can see it pretty well. Good. And again, I will see about what I can do about putting it or trying to record it in a better fashion, or find a place that I can do where everybody can watch me live and talk. I think that's going to have to be Facebook, because that's the best, and I hate to say it, that's the best place I've gotten to where I get good live feed, good chat going on, and then I can turn around and upload it here to YouTube. So it works out most of the time. Now to just sort of indent each one of the, and flatten them a little bit. You've got to have a little bit of Irish in you to do it well. There we go. Ugly as it is. we go. And that'll be good to be on the stopper of that one. Might even be good to maybe put a couple of just 4-leaf clovers on the actual bottle, but and that put between one. Twitch is pretty good usually, but it doesn't. I've tried Twitch, and I'm under Man of Glassfire on Twitch, and I've done some live feeds there. It does have some good qualities, but I can't zoom in and out on that one either. So that's what I like about Facebook, is that if something happens and I want to zoom in so that you can see a little bit closer what I'm doing, you can see a little bit closer a whole lot easier. That's probably going to stem off and break, but we'll let it happen, Captain. And there we go. Now tilt it just a little bit, like so. Yes, I make it look easy. Yes, I've been doing it for a very, very long time. But you know what? If you really want to learn and you really work at it, I'm going to put a little bit of religion in here, and pray for it long enough, work for it as hard as you can. You will get inspiration in the direction you want to go. Faith has always made me work a little bit harder and a little bit better. Energies are energy, and I'm glad I have some of that to share. Of course, we'll let that cool. And if you have a question or comment, leave it down below. Again, I wasn't going to make this a long video. Again, also because it's not the best of quality. If you want to see me probably in another, well, let's see what time we're looking at. We're looking at 8:15 here. And at 9:15, I have to take my son to work. He works at Walmart all night long. And then I have to pick up another son. So let's say 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to try to check me out on Facebook, I know this is YouTube and I should be presenting here on YouTube, but if you want to check me out on Facebook, 11 o'clock tonight, I'll be there. And if you have any questions, again, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. I also thank you for being out there. Thank you for being my subscribers. If you're not, subscribe. If you aren't, if you are, thank you for being there. You've made my journey on Facebook YouTube so much more fun, knowing that people are out there interested in what I have to say. I know my table's a little on the messy side, but I want to say it's organized chaos. I can find things, I can grab things, I can do my glass work. And yes, I do clean up my table periodically. I mean daily periodically, and put things away so that it's not as deep a pile as you think it is, but I've got all the natural things that you really need to be a glass blower. And if you have questions, talk to me. Also email me through Man of Glassfire, and down below you should see all that information. And if you like what I'm doing, I have PayPal me also, the information for that, and you can add that as well. Thank you. I do appreciate all of what you guys do for me. Your energies help me go forward to give you guys back more energy, believe me. As always, carpe vitro, guys, and enjoy your day.